Hey tacos. So, as of now, it looks like we may actually survive 2020. Although saying this may be premature optimism on my part. But for 2021, we need to set some goals. Because according to American author, coach, motivational speaker, and philanthropist Tony Robbins, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. However, most of us out there, we rush things. We bite off more than we can chew. There's an old saying out there that says, if you want to eat an elephant, start with one piece at a time. Basically, create a goal, eating an elephant, but then take small steps towards completing that goal, eating said elephant one piece at a time. Great. You're doing so good. Now, for our cannibals out there, I ask, how do you eat a human? Well, let's first define the goal, eating the human. Next, let's take small steps to accomplish this goal. That's correct, eating said human one piece at a time.
And we'll take any excuse to drink some sake.
Yes, we do love sake.
We're drinking this out of a solo cup.
'Cause America.
All right, so tonight is our Halloween episode.
Your favorite time of the year. We got to cram in a few more horror movies.
So tonight we are going to June 11th, 1989. I thought we would go and do a horror story tonight in France.
France?
Wait,
So
I'm confused. I thought we were going to Japan.
Why would we be going to Japan?
Because you said that. You said we needed to pick up sake because that's where we're going.
So they don't drink sake in France? How dare you? That is racist. Anyway, tonight we are talking about this guy, if you want to describe him.
Well, he is of an Asian descent of some sort.
Look at you.
Oh my gosh, I really hope you cut all this.
He's wearing a suit. Oh, or like a trench coat.
Yeah, like a gray.
How's his driving skills?
I can't judge him on his driving skills. He's not
He's
in a
walking,
car.
yeah.
I bet you he's selling some watches though.
What?
Oh, like he's about to open his trench coat and see
Yeah.
how many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many watches
I
would
don't
you
want
like?
this guy to open his trench coat. What do you notice about his height compared to the other people?
He looks short.
He's very short.
He looks petite.
So, guys, if this is your first episode, I put all my sources, photos, videos on talkmurder.com. So go there, click the blog post with tonight's story. Leave me a comment. You definitely want to see these pictures. This is one of those family-friendly stories. So,
I'm sure
I
it
have,
is.
I have some good pictures that you and your kids can look at on talkmurder.com. You can follow along with us.
Here, Timmy, come sit on my lap and let's go to talkmurder.com and see what John's got in store for us.
You know what I just thought about today was, and only because I saw an article about it, that like Santa at the mall.
Yeah, I
gonna
heard some. Didn't we hear something on the radio about that? He's gonna have to wear a mask and stuff.
Yeah, I think at the mall back home they're doing something with plexiglass or virtually editing him in or something stupid like that.
But are kids actually gonna sit on Santa's lap?
I don't know.
I feel like they just shouldn't.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time that we
No longer sit on Santa's lap.
You know, serial killer Bruce McArthur was a mall Santa.
Yes,
I forgot about that.
I remember that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to take the joys of Christmas away. Like Santa is like one of those things.
I mean, I think it needs to take a pause for this year.
Oh yeah.
All right, tonight we're going to June 11th, 1981. We're talking about Issei Sagawa. Anybody heard of this one?
No.
Here he is one more time. He is Japanese. He was actually born in Tokyo.
That looks like it is a clip from a movie or something like that, is it?
No, it's not. But there are a couple movies based on this guy.
Really?
Interesting. He's Japanese, but he's living in France?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. So is he living in Paris?
He's studying at the Paris University, the Sorbonne.
Oh, fancy pants.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah.
I'm not familiar with that school.
It's like, I don't know, the only famous school in France that I know of.
Oh.
It's like hoity-toity.
My mom got
Big
me
deal.
a T-shirt from a university in Paris, but I don't know which one it is.
So Issei Sagawa, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his first name right, but I do know his last name is Sagawa. So Sagawa, he was in Paris between 1977 and 1981. He actually left Tokyo on April 26th, which was his 28th birthday. He was in Paris to study comparative literature at the Sorbonne University. He did attend a Japanese university, Waco, where he got a master's degree in Shakespearean studies.
He's a smart dude.
Kind of. But the reason he's in Paris to begin with is because he never passed the entrance examination for a prestigious Japanese university.
Ah.
He stayed at Sorbonne for nearly 4 years before this happened.
And I'm not trying to be like funny. I'm actually seriously asking. If you hire a prostitute and you pay them, but you don't have sex with them, like you pay them for conversation because you're terribly lonely, is that prostitution or is that therapy?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my next prostitute. I meant my therapist.
Like, could you, like, no, but I mean, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm actually like, can you be arrested if you pay them, but you do not have them
If you don't
perform
pay
sexual
for sex,
acts?
if you're not paying for sex, it's not prostitution.
Right, it would be a donation
Yeah, I guess.
to them as a human.
Just to say thanks for chatting.
Yeah,
Apparently,
just a tip, right?
Yeah.
it is a myth. If you ask a person if they are a cop, they have to tell you if they're a cop. That is not true, apparently.
Correct.
That is a
this
myth.
came up in
You find
Brooklyn
out from-
99.
Find out from experience.
So while he was in Paris, he meets a fellow student. Her name is Renée Hartevelt. She's 25 years old. If you want to describe her to the audience.
Oh,
She's a Caucasian female, I'm assuming. Dark brown hair, very short hair.
or it could be tied back.
Yeah, it could be. She, like bangs
Bangs.
over her face. Attractive?
Yeah. She's actually Dutch, but I wouldn't know that. It's a black and white photo I'm showing them, so it's kind of hard to tell. But she is a Dutch student. She's studying abroad. She meets Sagawa in one of her class. Now, she's a very accomplished linguist. She's actually working towards her PhD in French literature, and that's where she meets Sagawa. And Sagawa actually hires her to come over and record German poetry
Oh,
because he's also trying to learn German.
Jeez.
Now,
Some people are so gifted at languages.
yeah. All right, this is Sagawa's apartment when he was studying abroad in Paris. You want to describe this? Kind of.
there's a bunny.
Yeah, stuffed bunny.
There's a stuffed bunny
there's-
with a hole in the back.
Oh, is that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
okay.
God. There's like a bookshelf.
I don't know what that says about me or if that says about you that I knew exactly what you were talking about right
Yeah.
away. Because before this, I probably would not.
We just know each other so well. I mean, it's not a terrible apartment, I guess.
No.
Tall windows.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice curtains. Does it have a view of the Eiffel Tower?
You can't see. It's dark outside.
No, it does not have an
No.
Eiffel Tower view. I don't think so. I don't know. But what you don't see is the rifle that is hiding in that dresser right there.
Oh.
If you're looking at talkmurder.com, it's all the way to the right of the picture. It's a white dresser with a
Like a cigar box?
some kind of cigar box or something on top of it. That is where he was hiding a rifle. All right, if you want to read this, Nicole, this is from the Los Angeles Times, 28th June 1992.
Then, in the summer of 1981, he recalled that he experienced a desire so strong I could not resist it. He bought a gun and a silencer. He fatally shot Hartevelt. So how many times did he have sex with prostitutes, working up the nerve to try to kill one of them?
I don't know, but she's not a prostitute. She's a classmate.
I know.
June 11th, 1981, Renee, which is your mom's name,
It is my mom's name.
is sitting at the desk that you're looking at in his studio apartment. She's got some headphones on and she's recording some German poetry. And it may even be Shakespearean, since that's what her major is, but she's just recording it in German. I don't know, those tapes are lost, so we will never know. But she's sitting there with her back turned, and Sagawa is an excellent host. He's pouring her sake, he's being really sweet to her, he's saying, wow, that sounds so good. And while he's doing this, and she's recording, he goes over, opens up that supply chest in his apartment and grabs a rifle and puts it right at the back of her head and pulls the trigger.
I'm assuming a rifle would leave a pretty large hole in someone's head.
So Vice did a documentary where they interviewed this guy, and he said that she was actually still talking, so still translating German when she hit the ground.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
just like a nerve response.
Whoa.
It's like when you cut a chicken's head off and it still runs around.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I've heard.
Because it was so sudden. She's reading German poetry, and next thing, she's got a hole in the back of her head.
Her brain's still shutting down, I guess. I don't know.
Now, since this is a family-friendly Halloween episode,
It's not.
I am going to come back to what he does after he shoots her. But first, I want to talk about his background and a little bit about Sagawa. A little clickbait here for you. All right, this is him right here. If you want to describe him, he is the shorter one.
Oh, they're blowing bubbles.
Oh, yeah, they're wearing like little overalls and hats.
So cute.
Yeah.
Can you describe him?
Well, they
He has a sibling, it looks like.
yeah, they look like they're in the country of Japan. It's like the country version of
Yeah, and they're
You know,
wearing
they're
little
wearing, like, overalls
and
like a straw hat.
So they're the same age.
Oh, he's
Are they
tiny.
twins?
Sagawa was prematurely born. So Sagawa was born in Kobe, which is in Japan,
Oh, like Kobe beef.
in April 26th, 1949. He was born premature. He was actually so small that he could fit in the palm of someone's hand.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Really early.
Yeah, and like a Japanese person's hand, so that's very tiny.
Yeah.
Doctors thought he would actually die because he was so short and he was weak and he was frail. He developed several diseases, including internitis, which is the disease of the intestines.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound good.
He barely survived. We don't know much about his mother, but his father was a very wealthy businessman. He was the president of Kurt Water Industries, and he's the type of dad that kind of throws money at problems, if you know what I mean. At age 3, he had a dream that stuck with him for the rest of his life. He dreamed that him and his brother, which you see at this picture right here, they were in a big pot being boiled alive.
Ooh.
Now, sex in the house was taboo, talking about it or anything. The parents never talked about it. And when he got his first erection, he thought it was some sort of medical disorder because he had all these other medical disorders.
Wow.
So when he, got the little chubs, he thought it was something to do with his medical disorders. So Sagawa was very odd as a kid.
Yeah. I'm picturing this.
He thought a little differently than everyone else, and he was probably bullied. I mean, look, he's short, he's weak, he's always been weak.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the women that he did try to kill, a normal height woman, actually overpowered him and beat the shit out of him, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
Oh, that must have been embarrassing for him.
I've never seen this movie, but Sleeping Beauty, is that where she puts the sandal on her and it doesn't fit?
No, that's Cinderella.
Oh, what's Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty
Is that the toad that kisses her?
No, that's Princess and the Frog.
Jesus Christ.
So Sleeping Beauty is the story about the princess who was a baby on her 17th birthday or 16th birthday. She was at a spindle and she pricked her finger on the spindle and that put her to sleep until true love's kiss came.
What was it like?
Prince Philip.
She was pretty much in a
Did it
magic.
get infected or something?
No, she was just in a magic-induced coma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
magic. Oh, yeah. That's why I don't watch that crap.
Maleficent, she's the one with the ears.
So Sleeping Beauty, to him, scared the hell out of him because he thought the Maleficent was a cannibal witch. Is she?
I
She's
don't think so.
Definitely a witch.
But she's not
She
a cannibal.
Also in first grade, he remembers vividly one of his classmates. It was a boy. He was wearing kind of short shorts, and he saw his meaty thigh. And he was like, that looks good. I wonder what that tastes like.
Oh boy, we're into another cannibal story already.
Wow.
So soon after the sausage fest?
It's the fucking Google, like, recommending shit because they got
Man.
cookies everywhere.
You know which witch used to scare me was the Snow White witch.
Yes.
She terrified me. And I used to, like, when I was a kid, I used to be afraid to go into my dining room at night because I thought the witch was going to pop out in the mirror.
That witch scared me too.
I also am afraid of mirrors because of like what
mirror on the wall.
No, well, maybe that's why. But like, I don't know. Also because of what comes in the reflection.
Oh, Jen, you cannot say that about yourself. We're gonna start a jar for every time you say something.
Self-deprecating humor jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John's like, that's how I make money.
Yeah, no shit. I make money off your
Self-deprecation.
your low self-esteem.
That's pretty terrible. But I don't hate it. Actually, I do, but I don't.
We each have our parts.
So he did get arrested once before he shot Renee in the back of the head. He was a 23-year-old student. He was attending the Waco University in Tokyo, and he crawled into the second-story window.
How did he get up there? He crawled into the second-story window? Did he use a ladder?
No, he was a cat burglar.
Oh, parkour.
Yes, he did parkour.
So wait, you're saying he was arrested once before he shot this
he was
girl?
arrested
Okay.
once before.
Okay, got it.
He crawls in the second-story window, and I'm not sure. So I saw two sources where one of them is second-story window, the other one was ground floor level, so I'm not really sure. This was a German woman living in Tokyo. Now, we don't have her name or anything.
Before he shoots the girl,
Yeah, he was
there's
28.
another German woman.
The one that he shoots is Dutch.
Dutch, but she's speaking German. Blah blah blah.
So he sneaks into this German woman's apartment, and she's sleeping there naked, and he sees those meaty thighs. And now, he doesn't tell police this, but he does tell the Vice documentary people. He wanted to, quote, eat her buttocks.
He wants some ponzu sauce on that bitch.
Yeah. Some salad.
I think he has a
No.
definition.
Tossed.
No, I think
yeah.
this definition of eating ass is a little bit different than the one that you're used to talking about. He actually wanted to consume her rear end and not in a sexual way, unless like that helped him get off.
So she woke up and she pushed him to the ground, and then
Because he's trying to eat her.
Yeah, basically.
He's like,
yeah. He gets arrested for rape, attempted rape, and his wealthy father actually pays her off, but he still gets arrested. But he kind of gets let off the hook because she doesn't really press charges.
yeah.
So let me go back to the victim again. We're going to jump right back into the night of the murder after he shot her in the back of the head. This is her, Renee. I'm showing them a picture of the victim once more. A little bit about her. Renée Hartevelt, 25-year-old Dutch student. She's studying abroad. So he actually was paying her to translate some German poetry. He then grabbed the gun and he shot her. This is from a newspaper source that I found, if you want to read this.
Sure, there were signs. In the 1970s, Issei was receiving private tutoring lessons in German. His teacher was a voluptuous young woman who became the object of Issei's fantasies. He longed to consume her flesh. Sagawa served tea to Renee. He told her that he had fallen in love with her and thought it would be a great idea if they climbed into the sack right there and then. Renee said that she loved discussing literature with him, but wasn't interested in more horizontal pursuits. Couldn't they simply remain just friends?
Or something.
That's in a newspaper? Jesus.
So, I mean, it's like, I love you, let's have sex.
Yeah, this is the Chilliwack Progress. It's the newspaper. It's a British Columbian newspaper, and that's from the 16th of April, 2000.
I don't even know what to make of that title of the newspaper.
Chilliwack Progress.
What?
It's a legit newspaper. I don't know.
Oh, Canada.
So he shoots her in the back of the head, and then what's the first part he goes for?
The butt.
He goes for the butt.
He's an ass man.
And it has to be the right cheek, not the left cheek.
Why?
Because and you would never guess this, but the left cheek is closer to the heart, and he's actually scared of blood. So he bites into that meaty buttocks, and it actually hurts his jaw. He's a cannibal, okay, that is trying to eat her whole. You know what I'm saying? Whole. You know how, what's it saying? What's the best way to eat an elephant? One piece
bite
at a time? Yeah. So he hasn't figured that out yet. But eventually he does. He's like, well, maybe if I, cut it and then eat it, it'd be more manageable.
Instead of just trying to bite right off of her
Exactly.
body.
So then he goes for the nose, breast, and right hip.
Nose. Oh my God.
The nose.
Nose does
Cartilage.
not seem like an appetizing piece of a body.
No, that's like a nose is equivalent to calamari.
On any animal. Although I do like calamari.
Yeah, but I mean,
All right, if you want to describe what you're seeing here. Now, as I said earlier, go to talkmurder.com because there's a few photos of this, and you definitely want to see these. I don't know what part of the body this is, but if you want to describe this for the audience.
I'm so afraid at what we're looking at right now.
if I had to guess, I would say it's a torso.
I think...
Because it looks like that might be a breast up there.
Yeah, I like that assessment.
Well, this is kind of what the body looked like after he was done with it.
He ate that much?
Oh my God. Wow, he has a big appetite for a little man.
Yeah, so I'm showing him... So explain what you're seeing right now.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Okay. So we're seeing the lower half of the body. The pelvic region is completely torn to shreds. There's like nothing there.
Oh my gosh. And her
her-
femur looks like it is a chicken leg, like a drumstick.
Right thigh is like completely gone.
Yeah, he was eating it like
Off the
whole,
bone.
off the bone, like you would a chicken
Raw?
leg. Yeah, raw.
Not even cooking it, seasoning
Sushi
it.
style. In fact, the paper...
Sashimi.
Sushi
Yeah.
style.
The paper actually said, quote, sushi style, raw and everything.
Oh no.
So did he eat already the upper portion of her body and there's nothing that was left? And over how long of a period of time?
Yeah, that can't happen in one night. Like that
The
would
meat
be...
must be bad by then.
Yeah.
Well, this was over a period of the weekend. Yeah, but what'd you ask earlier about...
Was she on ice?
Did he eat the upper half of her body? Because that photo is just of the lower half and what he did.
That's a good question. I don't know. This might explain it. This picture right here.
Oh
no.
my God.
Poor
What
thing.
What are you looking at? Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad for her.
Tell the audience what you're looking at right now.
Okay, give me 1 second. Hang on. Let me just finish the rest of the sake.
Yeah,
give me 1 second.
Yeah, I need
Get
some
one.
more
Yeah. Okay,
I'm still trying to figure out what that picture is of.
I think I know.
It's
Can
a
you show
victim. It's a victim.
No, that picture.
No, that's her. That's by her
Yeah.
breast.
So go to the picture again.
It's right. It's on her left breast. Left.
Yeah.
It was her left breast.
See, like the side where
Oh.
it's like almost all gone. So it's part of
So
her
my
left boob.
assessment was correct.
Yeah.
So describe that to the audience, please.
Well, it's very hard to look at. Her shoulder. He ate all of her shoulder. Her right shoulder.
Her right shoulder
He
and
ate,
boob.
Left breast.
I mean, it's like carved in. Like it is not just flat.
No,
it's
it's
like
he
concave.
he took a knife and fork and like ate her.
Yeah. Yeah. The nose
Luckily,
is missing.
He didn't eat. Yeah, he ate her nose, but
It looks
Which is
like
weird.
It looks like her lips are missing too.
He ate her nose. It's so weird.
I think he ate her lips too. Because look at her
she's
bottom.
smiling.
Yeah, her teeth are very exposed.
Well, she was... So when she got shot, she had no idea. It's not like, oh my God, don't
no,
kill me.
I know, but
Yeah.
still,
So
like
she may
that's-
have been smiling when she...
No, that amount of teeth showing is not normal. Look closely at her mouth.
Yeah, it'd be like if you had.
He ate her lips.
So I do want to say he did rape her after he
Oh.
shot her. I forgot to mention that. All right, Nicole, read this. This is from the Los Angeles Times.
Sagawa called a cab. 3 times he attempted to dispose of the suitcases, but on each occasion there were too many people around. He returned to his apartment with his gruesome cargo to think out the basic problem which has taxed murderers since time immemorial. What to do with the bothersome body? Very well said.
Oh yeah, bother somebody. I love that.
Well, no, just in general. Like, murderers really have a hard time figuring out what to do with the body.
Yeah.
Unless you think it out beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, so here's what happened. So this was an all weekend ordeal, a feast,
An all-you-can-eat buffet.
all you can eat buffet.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Especially because on my way to getting the pick up the food tonight, I was like, you know what? I haven't been to a Chinese buffet in a long time.
All right, so Sagawa, he starts to notice that the body's starting to smell bad, it's starting to decompose, and he's in an apartment, and he's worried that,
He's going to get food
he's gonna-
poisoning.
I don't think he cared about that. But he's worried that people are going to find out. So he goes to the store and buys two large suitcases. And the first time he gets a cab, he drives around in the cab, and the cab owner actually makes a joke. He's like, "What do you have in here, corpses?" And he said, "No, they're just books." Now,
But didn't they start to smell?
they did. So I'll put this Vice interview where they actually interviewed this guy on
fascinating.
talkmurder.com. So check that out. It's fascinating because he tells the whole story. But he goes and drives around, and he couldn't find any place to dispose of the body. Then he goes back home and tries once more, and he finds this park. So this is one of the suitcases right here, if you're looking at the black and white picture. But he disposes the body in a pond called the Boise de Boulogne. And he's actually spotted by some diners at a nearby restaurant, because this is in Paris. And you have
A lot of people.
weird-looking Japanese dude get let out in the middle of a park with two suitcases that are too heavy for him to drag. So he has to drag one of them and then go back and drag the other one. And this is in broad daylight. Everyone is looking at him, and he is trying to drag these down to the pond so he can push them in the pond. And everyone's staring at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Is he not worried about this and how this looks? Or he's like, nah, fuck it.
So someone came up to him, like a
Police
no,
officer?
not a police officer, just a citizen, a French citizen, and he says, "Is this your bag?" And Sagawa, for some reason, says, "No, it's not my bag," and then he just runs off.
No, it's your bag.
So he opens it up, and, and there's fucking half a dead body in there.
Half
It's a corpse.
chomped on body.
Yeah, and it's like going down the slope because he was literally trying to push it in the pond.
What does he think is going to happen?
Fucking no.
I mean, at least do this in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, what a fucking idiot, man. So 4 days go by. The police finally show up at his home.
It's an awfully long time. I feel like they should have caught him quite sooner.
Exactly.
Yeah, how fast can he run? Like,
Zoom, zoom.
And they found a bunch of evidence at the home, obviously. He still had a lot of the body parts at the house, including
Late night snack.
including this right here.
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, it's her head.
He did eat her lips.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. He ate her lips. That's disturbing.
Look at this picture. This is really disturbing.
Oh, boy.
So this is his room, right? But look at the police. You guys have got to see this. This is the police pulling the remains out of the suitcase, one of the suitcases, and putting it on a metal gurney or something that police use. But tell me what you notice about this picture.
The head. Oh my god, so much blood, and then like the head is just sitting on the table.
Wait, what is on that chair?
The head is sitting on the table. But you can see his room. There's like blood all over the sheets and stuff. You can see like the sheets are bloody.
So was he saving the head for like a token, or was he saving it for a late night snack?
Well, this is what they found in his fridge, all the bags of the body parts that he was saving to eat.
Like they were in Tupperware type stuff?
And he actually had them on pre-made plates.
Oh no.
So you see their plates right there, ready to be served.
No.
Oh my
and
God.
he was eating this all
I don't
week.
like this. And that's kind of... I actually meal prepped this week too.
It's like what I just dropped off for you.
Literally, and like
Some chicken parm.
Oh my God.
Some pasta.
maybe I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to inspect it.
Some brains. It's
cheese.
So this is the. I'm sure I got to show you guys all the pictures. I mean, this is a murder podcast, but this is the whole body there, and this is the backside. So the legs are eaten off. Ugh. When he was interviewed, he actually remarks that he thought biting into the ass, it'd be like red meat, like you would bite in a steak. But it was that he used the word Cornish fat.
Yeah.
Say, that visceral fat or viscera fat or whatever it's called. Just the outer layer of fat.
Like the cellulite. Like the,
Yeah. And he thought it was gross.
Well, serves you right or serves you wrong, or that's what you get.
He's been served.
Yes.
This is
Quite a meal.
This is a quote by him. If
He
you want to
served
read
himself, actually.
this is a quote from Sagawa.
The public has made me the godfather of cannibalism, and I am happy about that, Sagawa wrote recently. I will always look at the world through the eyes of a cannibal. Oh, so he's loving this glory, isn't he?
I don't know if I'd call him the godfather of cannibalism. Like, this is the first time I've heard about him.
I'm pretty sure Hannibal's the godfather of cannibalism.
Hannibal the cannibal.
All right, well, tell me what his sentence is.
Dear God, I hope it's life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Jen.
I would also hope that, but I don't know that's going to happen.
So this happened in 1981, as I said. In 1983, he's still in France. The French government actually said he was not mentally competent to stand trial.
Oh, no.
He was placed in the Gouriod asylum. He was, quote, an untreatable psychotic.
Meaning he should spend the rest of his days there?
Well,
chained to a padded mattress wall? Like
Does he
what?
get,
All right,
like,
if you-
day passes?
you're the...
Who was the one that did the day passes recently that we talked about? Who was that one?
I can't remember. I remember seeing a picture of them like walking by the lake.
Yeah.
Think about this. You're in the France government leadership role, and you make decisions like this.
Was it Panzerum?
Yeah, it was Karl Panzerm, yeah.
There we go.
So picture this. You're in the French government, and you have this shit stain in your country on the record, and everyone is pissed off. All your French citizens are like, we want this guy, we want this guy out of here, or whatever.
We want this guy out of here.
Yeah, we do.
Did they ship him back to Japan?
They shipped him back to Japan.
Yes.
Now, the Japanese psychiatrist concluded that, yeah, he does have a personality disorder, but he doesn't have brain damage by the French, so he does belong in prison.
Well, that's good.
Exactly, right?
Without the possibility of parole? Dear God, I hope so.
I'm not feeling that for this one.
Well, here's the thing, and you usually want to read this. This is from the Los Angeles Times.
This makes me so nervous. Whenever you do this. The Japanese said he belonged in jail, not in a hospital. But French police insisted that the case against him was closed. They refused to provide Japanese police with the materials needed to bring new charges against Sagawa, a national police agency spokesman said.
Really?
What do you mean?
He's bad enough for you to not want him in your country, but he's not bad enough for you to want to bring charges against him?
He was put
Get
in
some papers,
no,
man.
he was put in custody to his parents.
To his parents.
So he gets to live at home for the rest of his life? That's his sentence?
No, he moved out eventually, but he doesn't have. He doesn't have a. He can
spread his wings and fly?
Nicole just read that the French government said the case was closed. Therefore, they're not going to provide them the evidence of a murder and cannibalism.
So they weren't going to transfer the fact that he needed to be in an asylum?
Exactly. So you can't try him in Japan for shit because
Why can't it just transfer
there's
over?
nothing over because they won't
happened in
give
Japan.
them.
Yeah.
The French government won't give them the records. So they
I would
can't
just be
charge
like,
him
all
with
right,
anything.
then you're going to stay in an insane asylum because that's what the French did.
No, but there's nothing saying he's insane. There's no records at all. So he's a free man because there's no crime to be committed. There's no crime.
So how many more people have mysteriously disappeared and showed up being eaten in suitcases after being dumped in a pond?
And you know how Japanese culture, they like all this crazy, the ring type shit.
Oh, The Ring is kind of spooky.
Yeah,
Oh, we should watch that.
That is scary.
Let's watch a Japanese one tonight.
Although some worry about Sagawa's pandering to a public all too receptive to his lurid tales, some intellectuals suggest that Sagawa's case represents simply a healthy exploration of the dark side of Japanese culture.
I'd say.
What? No.
Yeah. Do you remember when we did that manga episode where I talked about
Hello Kitty
how
one?
Yeah.
after the war, when
Yeah.
the new millennials of the Japanese culture,
Ratman and Thraben.
kind of like the when we went
Yeah.
to Vietnam, like all the hippies,
Yes.
they were like, we got to change this. So they did that too, but instead of dressing in tie-dye and smoking weed and having sex and getting herpes everywhere, they decided to watch kids cartoons, which
To each their own.
which eventually evolved into anime. So anyway,
And hentai.
and hentai.
And tentacle porn.
So this is what that's about.
I mean, anime has made it's a thing now. Like a lot
Yeah.
of my in the States, like a lot of my students for their profile pictures on the on the platform that we use for school, like they don't have like pictures of themselves or like the blank person. They have like anime characters. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was that popular.
Interesting.
But there are quite a few.
So this guy is still living, a free man. He has always been free. His first book was called In the Mist, and it sold 200,000 copies.
Wait,
He is,
I'm sorry. He wrote a book?
Well, now that was his first book. He's up to 21 now, I believe. 21 books.
Has he ever written a book about cannibalism?
That's all he writes about. So I'll put...
I'm sorry. Are you about to tell me that this guy's a millionaire right
And he's
now?
profiting off of cannibalism?
No, he's profiting off him eating Renee.
Right.
Yeah.
Cannibalism.
And his
Yes.
crime.
Yes.
Murder.
That's what people want to hear. That's why they listen to Talk Murder.
So
to me.
he's written 21 books about his own experience. How many books about your own experience can you write?
He's
Seems
also
overdone.
Well, so here's so here's one of the
Underdone.
manga.
That's how he liked to eat the people.
Yeah.
So here's
Sushi.
here's
Sushi
his
style.
so here's his most famous book. I can't read it because it's in Japanese, but I really want to buy it. But I can't find it anywhere
You
besides.
should buy it on audio and have it translated to English.
But it's a manga book, and he describes the killing of Renee in detail through manga.
And this man is not he's not receiving psychiatric help.
See, he's a very talented artist. So he drew the whole crime, and then look, this is
So wait, is that not does that not count as a confession? He's writing about
he was already
crimes
convicted. Well,
in
no, he wasn't. He
France.
wasn't convicted.
Yeah. He was unfit to stand trial.
that is him eating the butt.
So would that not count as a confession?
Or would that
could
count
get him
as
convicted?
fiction because it's manga?
It depends on how
There's
he's
no
classifying it.
there's no evidence against this guy. You guys understand?
It doesn't. He's confessing.
Or is he? Is it a work of fiction? Like what category does manga?
Based on a true story, but fiction. Still, I mean, come on.
Well, does it say based on a true story?
So this
Oh,
picture, he's holding the
no.
head and he's got a erection, and this is a manga picture.
Like I just don't understand. Like I just
He's
don't-
being awfully generous with his drawing of himself. I'm just gonna say that too.
This is
That's a very large penis for a small Japanese man.
So this is him now, and this is in his house. There's a video of...
And he's got pictures of naked women behind him or lots of
Yeah,
cleavage.
he's actually been in a porno. He's been in several movies, and he's kind of a star. Here's him on a famous TV show in Japan eating sushi. He's the guest of honor eating sushi.
No
like I don't get it.
way.
This is some pictures of him like eating. People just really want to see him eat. So I'll
Ew.
put these photos on talkmore.com.
So how old is he now?
He is... I believe he's
60?
like 71 or something like that as of today. He is a celebrity in Japan, and
That's not okay with me. The fact that he's a celebrity.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Like, it's one thing if you're no. This is not gonna come out the way that I want it. But like, it's one thing if you're already famous and committed a crime and you're held accountable for your crime, and then like, you know, people can whatever, like OJ or Aaron Hernandez. That's one thing. But if you are a criminal and you commit a murder and you eat someone and then you become famous because of that, and then you profit off of that, and like you don't have anything like holding you from that, and that's like it's benefiting you, like that is not okay. There's a family that has suffered for many years, you know. It's just
horrific.
It's not okay. That is not okay with me, Japan, and you can fight me.
They want to prosecute this guy.
They'd be too
you don't
scared to fight
understand,
you.
but they can't. They don't have anything. That's the problem.
Well, France, I mean, hello.
They could still send them something. There's no statute of limitations on murder.
They want to send them something. Guess what Japan sent them? A fucking weird ass cannibal. That's what they sent them. If I was France, I'd send them a fucking dead raccoon or something.
I feel like way to go. Like, congratulations to the school that rejected him in Japan. You do have a good filtering system.
They rejected him before.
That's what I'm saying. No, I know, but they had some sort of idea that he would not be. Like he's like getting crunk in Mexico and in the plains. Like what is he's having a grand old time, as if like this event has not affected him at all except positively. He's benefiting off of this murder, and it's just not okay. And he's so casual about it.
This is what you're watching now is one of the reality shows that he made. So a woman lives with him for 24 hours, and he doesn't tell her he's a cannibal. And then they have sex 3 times, and then he tells her he's a cannibal, and it's like a reality TV show. That's her finding out that he's a cannibal. So,
you know what? I'm actually not surprised that's a thing.
I mean, there's a picture book of that what he did. I still don't just understand how there's not enough evidence.
Did he just give up eating people after
that's
that one?
Naked.
He says he's a cannibal. Like, fucking what are you doing?
Like, has he eaten any more people? Do we
know?
No,
it's just that one. It's just that one, and now he's traveling the world. But all right, I shouldn't give him that much credit because he does say.
You're not giving him credit.
This is making me angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the German cannibal better.
Yeah. Way cooler.
Yeah. At least that was consensual.
Yeah.
And if you watch the Vice interview, he does talk about how hard his life is, where
please.
He couldn't get any jobs or whatever.
You're not in jail.
I don't feel bad
You're
for
alive.
you.
Don't look at me. I didn't fucking eat anyone.
It's not like he would like just randomly ate a person like the cinnamon challenge and got famous for doing something like that. Like, he literally murdered someone and then ate her. Like, it's different. It's not like he was in the wild and had no other option, was forced to eat someone. You killed someone and you were benefiting from not only killing her but eating her. And that is not okay with me, and I'm very upset.
It's like a loophole that's got him.
There you go. This is a loophole.
I'm going to write the Prime Minister of France.
Oh, there's a petition out.
Good.
But no one really knows of this case besides Japanese people.
Well,
no, Japanese people, they want this guy in chains. I can promise you.
But they love to watch his reality
it's
TV
like
show.
The Kardashians.
It's just like to talk murder to me. People like this stuff because we talk about gruesome cases.
But listen, I mean, like, seriously, I'm gonna write. How do we contact the Prime Minister of France? Because I don't.
This is a wrong that needs to be righted.
This does
John.
not sit
This
well
is
with
not
me.
even in your country.
It does not. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
It does not sit well with me.
Where in Japan does he live? He is close to my niece and nephew right now. What if he saw them walking down the street and he's like, "Oh, that
He
looks like a
probably
nice
does
little
It's
lollipop."
hard.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's
Well,
one
what
thing
happened?
where like we have Canadian cases where the murderers get off scot-free, and there are cases not just in Canada but like all over the place where people don't get the correct charges.
like Quebec, yeah, and
but like
Montreal.
that's in Canada. But like, that's one thing if they don't get the correct charges. But this guy is literally profiteering from this incident. Like, he's making money because
It's
he's a
only
murderer.
20 books.
21, you said.
21. Well, he's working on his next one.
It's like almost. I mean, it's almost as enraging as O.J. Simpson, because I say almost because like O.J. has maintained his innocence, and I'm not saying he is innocent, but this guy has like come out and said, "Yeah, I did this. I killed her. I ate her. We all know it for sure." And like,
Sagawa has told many different audiences that he sees his personal salvation coming about only through another act of cannibalism, with himself as the victim of a young woman. And that is the only way I can be saved, he said, expressing wariness that his crime and public status have now made it impossible for him to distinguish between his true self and his media-created image. It is like I have no self left. I'm just a shell, he said. I'm acting like what people would imagine me to be. Boo-hoo.
That boo-hoo was not in the
Yeah,
article.
sorry. I just had to add that. It was involuntary.
But I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Happy ending there. Get it? Happy ending?
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Like when you go to a,
Right,
like a
yes.
massage parlor
Yeah,
Yep.
we get it.
and you get
That-
an
Yep.
erection.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's my story on Issei Sagawa. Go to talkmurder.com to see all those photos right there. And be sure to go subscribe to the Ghoul podcast. We have 2 episodes up right now. It's about the life and crimes of Edward Gein. So be sure to go and subscribe to that. And my name is John. I'm here with Jen and Nicole. And until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.